symbolize? Question from the stage.
There's always one thing that I think is far more interesting to hear what you might think. I'd rather, really, that's the one thing I'd rather leave alone. I'll talk about anything else. But I'd love to know what you think of it. If you have any thoughts on it.
Well, it seems like it could represent an escape or like a fantasy or another world, you know, separate from the ground, it's up in the air, and there's some scenes where you see an airplane crashing, which is a fantasy world, so whether that reflects, you know, her conflicting ideas about her life as a possibility.
Could reflect another world, her conflicting ideas about her life.
It's unanimous, we like that.
We're going with that. Yes, right here. What do they do in the Dolls Hospital?
Have you ever heard of a doll hospital? They exist. You can take broken dolls and they get fixed. But some people think that we're speaking literally about a doll hospital. Other people think, well, is it a mental institution? What is it? So, but they do exist. And beyond that, I want you to take from it what you will, or imbue it with what you will. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop doing this.
Not giving anything away. Yes, it's a question here. Question is about the story being very contained, I guess, within the apartment, but there is a line about friends like us don't fit in anywhere, which does take us outside that world.
Well, I think it's a small window into the rest of their lives and their lives before they met. When you see them early on, there are all these indications of, I think, profound isolation. You know, their party, that no one comes. The fact that they don't really interact with anybody except for Russ when they have to. So that is a, you know, sometimes I love stories that just jump in. You don't need to know the character's life story to see what they do, or why are they killers? Well, I don't think you could really explain why someone's a killer. So it's nice to see certain windows into the past and possibilities for what they might have been. But other people hear that, you know, that's what they do if you're different, and they come up with all kinds of conclusions about the relationship, who they are. So that was meant to, one of the things it was meant for was to emphasize the point that they are so detached. And Daisy has this curiosity. Violet's been through a lot. And Michael, well, he actually doesn't have a name. I call him Michael. Is a window to the outside world, which threatens the world that Violet has constructed.
So anyone up here with a question? Yes. Questions? You won't hear that. It's about the internal bleeding dance.
This is a small moment of triumph. And again, it's a window into you. When you see that, you think, oh, they must have done this before. It also shows they're on the same wavelength, how many jobs they've done together. So that too is a window into another world, but also a way to reflect upon their sort of mindsets. Oh, this is a game. You know, I think they're both older than they should be and terribly immature. And I think that that's one of those examples of that. Yes.
I just want to say there's so many, I don't know where you are, I think you're up there. There's so many bizarre things in this film, and there's so many, especially after seeing it now, can see what you meant at the time. There's so many things that are left open, it might just be better off not to ask questions and just accept it. There's too many.
Q&A.
But isn't that what kind of makes it special? There's so many conclusions in films now, and maybe it's better off just to go home wondering.
Question right here.
First of all, congratulations
Yes, a lady.
to all of you. And I thought it was great. And I love a good girl power movie, and this was certainly that. So I wonder, with respect to your previous comment, can we expect Violet and Daisy to do another job together?
Can we expect Violet and Daisy to do another job together?
Somebody buy this one first, and then we'll see if
I think about Violet and Daisy a lot. I think about their lives before this, their lives after, and I don't know. I don't know. But to Saoirse's point, I think sometimes we have, I don't know, 96 minutes for our side of the dialogue, and then it's infinitely more fascinating to see what your turn, what you come up with. But I don't know. Alexis, you haven't said anything.
This is the same thing Jeffrey said to me when I came in with lots of questions initially. I was like, what does the doll hospital mean, and what is, a lot of different things. Like, I wanted sort of specific explanations, and he said, well, what do you think? And I came up with my explanations, but he's been sticking with this the whole time, so I don't know if you're gonna get anything. Because I still haven't gotten some of my answers. But no, I came up with my own, but anyway.
We only have time for one more quick question. Is there anyone on this side? Balcony? All right, balcony, go ahead. What inspired the floral theme?
Well, I think flowers their lifespans are interesting. Their association with happiness and death, love. For whatever reason, they're ultimately often associated with women. Flowers are delicate as well.
No, I just said that. Well, no, I mean, it was your idea, but it could just be because all these words sound and are associated with something that's very delicate and innocent, and that's something that these girls are not. I don't think, out of the three of them, I think they've all been through a lot. We don't know what they've been through, but you can tell that they're layered and they've had quite a life.
I think we're going to have to leave it there. I think the rest of the answers are up to you.
Feel free. If I lose you, let me chat here in 2 minutes.